Hello amazing leaders, and welcome to day 45 of the amazing 90-day challenge. We're at the halfway point. Can you believe it? We've done 45 days already of producing a podcast a day, and most of those days as well I've produced a live video, posted that onto Facebook under the Amazing Leaders banner under there, onto Instagram again under Amazing Leaders, and also onto YouTube as well. Also, unbeknown to some of you, I've also been doing a TikTok a day as well, to be able to encourage the younger generation coming through to also be amazing leaders as well. So at this halfway point, I wanted to just talk about some stories that I've learned over the last 45 days, hopefully to encourage you and to inspire you to keep going no matter where you are at your amazing 90-day challenge journey, and also to hear from you as well whenever you get to that halfway point. Tell me what have you learned, what have you been doing, and how are you going to carry on to make sure you complete the end of the amazing 90-day challenge. So as you might know, I've been doing 3 90-day challenges. One is around recording a podcast a day and putting it out there. The second one was a fitness and health one. So I've been learning to run again, doing the Couch to 5K program. So that takes you from not running at all to running 5K in 9 weeks. It's a really clever program. You can download the apps, you can join a running club to be able to do it with other people as well. Whatever works for you, but I'd really encourage you to get out there and to get healthy and to start running again if you've never done it before. And the 9 weeks, on week 9 is when you're supposed to be running for 30 minutes, and it means that you can then run 5K in around 30 minutes. Well, something happened just this week actually. On Monday was my run day, and I was able to run 30 minutes, or just under actually 28 minutes, but I managed to run the 5K in 28 minutes. And I was really pleased with that. That was my aim, to be able to run a sub 30 minute 5K, which I've done already, and I'm going to continue with that. And now that I just want to maintain that, so to run around 30 minutes a day, 5K every other day, pretty much 3 times a week, to be able to do that. And it's a really good analogy of what a challenge is like. Going back nearly 9 weeks ago, there's no way I could have run for 30 minutes to do a 5K in that kind of time, if at all. I would have been able to walk 5K, but it would have taken me an hour, rather than being able to get to this stage now where not only am I able to run for 5K in 30 minutes or just under, but I also enjoy it as well. And that's the difference. And there were points where it was raining, or it was cold and windy and wet, and it wasn't very nice to get up and go out. It might have been dark, or I was tired, or I was achy, whatever it was, but I didn't stop. I kept going on the days that I'd promised myself that I would go. I produced a calendar with the 90 days coming up, and each time I was supposed to run on those Monday, Wednesdays and Fridays, I put it down there and I made sure I did it. I got my gym stuff ready the night before, so I was ready to get up and get into that and go straight away and not even sort of think about it, just get out there and start running. So that's a really good analogy of sometimes it's hard to think about the end result of running 5K, but if we do it a bit at a time and do it at a steady progress, soon enough, 8 weeks comes along, 9 weeks come along, and you're in there running for half an hour and hopefully running your 5K as well. So I hope that helps and inspires you just to keep going and notice those improvements. It doesn't take that long in the grand scheme of things to be able to get to where you want to. So that's an interesting story there for you. Something else that I read a long time ago actually, and it's really reminded me that it's very true, that what you can do is whatever date it is today, go forward 6 months in your calendar, and you can put just a reoccurring event in your calendar if you're doing it online, or if it's a paper calendar, just write in there, I wrote this 6 months ago that something significant or something big would have happened in the next 6 months. Sometimes it's between 3 and 6 months, but typically within 6 months, when a time block of that period, something that you don't know, something significant will happen within a 6 month period, every 6 months. And when you come to that page in 6 months' time and you read that, you'll think back and think, what happened in that 6 month period? And it's really interesting doing a challenge like this over kind of 3 months, 13 weeks, 90 days. Something always comes up. something you weren't expecting, a challenge within a challenge, you might call it. But it's interesting to see what happens over those slightly longer periods of time. We don't have to wait years for something to happen, especially as amazing leaders. We're often pushing the boundaries and trying to create something to happen sooner than that. So every 3 to 6 months, just assess where you're at and what big thing happened within that period of time as well. The other thing that I've learned over the last 45 days is it's not been easy. And it wasn't supposed to be. That's why it's called an amazing 90-day challenge. The words challenge in the title is a clue for you that it's not supposed to be easy. It's not impossible. Now, even the word impossible says I'm possible, so I don't even think that's true. But it has been a challenge, and it's interesting at kind of what stopped me or potentially hindered me from getting to this result where I'm halfway through, and hopefully will continue to complete the amazing 90-day challenge as well. On the flip side of that, it's also opened up doors for me that were closed before. By doing this, by putting myself out there, I'm connecting with other people who are doing podcasts. I've got some great interviews lined up for you with some people that have got thousands of listeners out there. So I'm really excited about interviewing other podcast people, other amazing leaders, and hearing what they had to say about all things to do with being an amazing leader. So there's a little teaser there for you. I won't share everything now, but coming up over the next 45 days, we'll have some different interviews with different people, which will be really good. Hopefully as well, you may have noticed, maybe not, but hopefully you've noticed I've got better at podcasting, and it's only taken 45 days. Now, a really good thing to do, and again, this was somebody that one of my mentors shared with me, is that he went back and listened to my first podcast, that's on the Amazing Leaders podcast, and then the last one that I'd recorded whenever day he listened to that. And he said there's such an amazing difference between the first one and your most up-to-date one. So again, I've got better at something just by repetition, just by trying, just by introducing new things and learning how to set up music at the beginning and at the end and all those things as well. So whatever it is that you put yourself, as a challenge, you're going to improve over that 90-day period. And like I say, I'm only halfway through, so hopefully it will just continue to get better and better. The other thing I like to think is, well, what would I have done if I didn't do this challenge? That time would have passed anyway, and 45 days has come and gone, another 45 days and we'll be at the end of the 90 days. What would I have done? What would I have been able to go back and think, oh yeah, that was something that I did there significantly over that 90-day period. Now, there may have been things that had happened, but not something as consistent as this. Maybe I wouldn't have been able to run 5k in under 30 minutes if I hadn't set that as a challenge. I would have just been doing the same thing that I'd been doing before. So it's interesting to sometimes think that time's going to pass no matter what you do. So maybe if you set yourself a challenge to improve a little bit each day, you're going to end up being better and stronger in the long run as well. And with that said as well, I want to finish strong. I don't just want to, get over the finish line in 90 days and that's it, never do a podcast again. I'm going to keep going. I'm maybe not doing one every day, depends on what happens and what my other 90-day challenges are. But I'm going to finish strong. Like I say, I want to get better and better at this. So you definitely notice the difference between the 45-day mark and the 90-day mark as well. So keep listening, keep watching along if you're looking on the social media side as well, and keep leaving comments of encouragement. That'd be brilliant. I'm also thinking about what I'm going to challenge myself with more next time. This has been an amazing 90-day challenge, and I want to continue with that. But with most things in life, maybe I want to set the bar a bit higher each time. I definitely don't want to get easier, so I'm going to think long and hard about what my next 90-day challenges are. And again, challenges, there'll be more than one, no doubt, and I'll share that with you again towards the end so you can see what I'm doing there and maybe hear, and I'll keep updates on the podcast for you as well. And one of the best things that's come out of it, which I'm really excited about, is the amazing 3D goals that came out of this challenge. I was thinking about how we could improve goal setting for people. And by working through it and having those sort of little series within the series about the different types of amazing 3D goals, I really want to do something with that. And again, I'll keep you posted on some of the things that I'm doing by giving back to people something there, a gift that's come out of this amazing 90-day challenge. So I'd love to hear what your gifts are that have come out for you personally, for the others around you, and for the world as a whole. So share those in the comments. Please continue to listen, like, and give us a raving review if you can, and share it with your friends as well. Really appreciate that. So I hope that's helpful. Here's to the next 45 days and completing this 90-day challenge, and come along for the ride. If you haven't started yet, you can start right now, start today, and do something that makes a difference for yourself, your friends, your family, and those around you. Hope that's helpful. I hope you'll have an amazing day, and remember, why be average when you can be amazing?